Hello everybody, welcome back to the Fight Rundown, day 5 of the Christmas calendar. How are we doing, Jeeve?
It is freezing in here. We're both wrapped up.
It is cold. It's classic. It's classic December, getting all cold on us. But
We've got our puffer coats on,
Yeah, to be fair, we've just got in here and it's got going straight away. We've got the radiator on in the corner, so hopefully that warms up quick time, or else it's over for us. Forever. But as we always start off these Christmas calendars, I have a Christmas cracker joke for you.
Go ahead.
Why was the snowman looking through the carrots?
Why was the snowman looking through the carrots?
Yep.
Something to his nose. Because he was being nosy?
Probably better than the actual joke. He was picking his nose. Rank it.
I'm going to give that one a B.
Hey, there we go.
It's a B. It's not bad. It's not bad. The first B, I think.
Decent start.
Yeah. We should have kept track. We should have kept track of this.
We should have probably written them down,
Yeah.
but it just takes so long. Not writing a book. You know what I mean? But today we're talking about our Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
So the Mount Rushmore, if you guys didn't know, it's four. We'll go for most influential. Four most influential in our opinions.
Should we get influential and best? We'll do all round.
Yeah. So it is an all rounder, really, isn't it? But UFC and boxing, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing who's on our Rushmore, and so that's 4 for each, obviously. Okay. So we'll get straight down to business then, shall we?
Yeah.
So we'll start with the UFC. I feel like boxing's a little bit more tricky.
Yeah. Do you want to throw your first name and I'll throw mine? I'll write these down anyway. So
So my first name for the UFC Mount Rushmore is Demetrius Johnson, the greatest of all time.
You're getting DJ?
He's so many great moments, wasn't there? For example, I'll just pick one out of the sky, the Raybor flying armbar.
Oh, legendary.
Just one of those, and then leaves the UFC, world champion at ONE FC. Was it a double champ in that ONE FC, or am I tripping with that?
I'm not sure. I can't quite confirm.
I'm not sure if he's a double champ or not, but, I know he's a world champion. Then he got inducted into the Hall of Fame there.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Legendary.
Just too good for anybody.
Yeah.
And then goes on and makes history with Rodtang as well and destroys Rodtang.
Yeah, for sure. He's done it across the board as well in MMA, hasn't he? Not just the UFC, so you've got to give him that. My first one's Mac. Straight away, Conor McGregor, he's literally changed the game. You know what I mean? Everyone acts like him. He made the most money, practically double the value of the UFC.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, he wasn't quite at that highest level in terms... He did a lot, but obviously in terms of compared to others... You probably wouldn't have McGregor top 5 of all time, but how can you not have him on the list? You know what I mean?
He's on my list as well.
Most is he on your list as well?
Yeah, he's on mine as well.
There's nothing more to say. The guy sold every pay-per-view. Everywhere he goes, he breaks the record gate. Yeah, I mean, he's the moments, the wins, the highlight reel, the trash talk. It's everything.
I was just about to say there. It's the moments.
Yeah,
that is produced. The Jose Aldo knockout, for example, press conference moments that live forever in history now.
Yeah,
he's that good. Trash talk. So Conor McGregor's got to be in there for me.
Fact. So who's your number 3 then?
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, she's my number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
So I feel like it is some great knowledge bias there.
Yeah,
because, maybe she changed the game.
Maybe this is quite objective, this list.
Yeah, well, she absolutely changed the game, didn't she?
Yeah.
Especially for women's MMA. She's an absolute star.
Legend of the game. Yeah, no one really did it the way she did. I remember a clip about Demi Lovato. I know that's a weird-ass fucking reference, but she said to a friend who came with her who's never watched UFC, and Demi Lovato, apparently a big UFC fan, said, it was when Instagram only had 15-second videos. She went, record the whole fight. She went, I can't post it on Instagram. She went, trust me, you'll be able to. And then she finished her in 15 seconds. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That quite simply is Ronda Rousey. She was producing moment after moment. Dana White said it. I don't pay women and men the same. I pay them the amount they sell. And Ronda Rousey was making more money than most. I remember getting up for a couple of fights, especially the Holly Holm one. The Misha Tate one I was really interested in, like, and as a kid, you know what I mean? Like, why? You know what I mean? I grew up watching Anderson Silva and that, but the second Ronda Rousey, I was like, geez, like, she's a star. You know, I was like, tune in. So, yeah, definitely, that's a good one. It's a very good one. Number 3 for me is Gracie, Royce Gracie in particular. You could put the whole family on there, I've seen.
It is number 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's, so maybe, yeah, like I said, maybe this list is a bit,
is it a little bit self-explanatory?
Objective. Maybe it is, yeah. I mean, Royce Gracie will get absolutely destroyed in this current age. I mean,
that's what he's done for the sport, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that one pic, it's that video of a massive 300-pound geezer against him, and then he just subs him. You know what I mean? He changed the game. He made jiu-jitsu famous in America. Look at all the jiu-jitsu gyms in America now. Revolutionary. Look, when you talk about revolution of the sport, it's him.
Yeah.
It's quite simply him. So, yeah, hands down, have to put Royce Gracie on that list.
Yeah, we actually got exactly the same.
No, we haven't, because my number 4, who you've got DJ, and I've got someone who is very similar. It's a toss-up, maybe. I've got to put GSP on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? GSP is on the Mount Rushmore. I always said Mount Mushmore as well. But, yeah.
Tongue twister.
Yes, mush. Yeah, quite simply, it's one of the two. You got to put a legend like that on. Not much to say, really, is there?
Great martial artist, wasn't he?
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. And like I say, I think it is a little bit self-explanatory with the UFC, but like I say, I think boxing's a lot more tough, a lot more talking points there.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I like the fact that we've had no steroid use on there. I mean, I know it's a bit of a weird one, but for me, DJ and GSP are up there on the GOAT list purely because they've never taken drugs or been caught with PEDs.
100%. That's right. John Jones, I know that it's recreational, whatever we talk about, but you know,
one of them was.
Three of them. Yeah, you know 3 of them performance. Yeah. You just can't put him on the GOAT list.
Yeah.
Not Dana White, you know. He's probably the only man.
I was going to put Dana on my list, but I think that's a bit unfair.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about promoters.
Exactly.
I think that Mount Rushmore of promoters goes Dana, Eddie, Frank, and who are you picking last? Bob Arum or Don King? Or is there anyone else?
Don King can't be on there.
I'm putting Don King on there.
Just purely for the hate of Bob Arum.
No, purely because, like, let's be honest, Don King, look at the fights he did make with Ali.
Yeah, I know.
That is pretty insane.
They're both scumbags, though, aren't they?
I know, but you got to put one of them on the list, sure. Unless you're putting Izzy Asif on there or Carl Greaves. Yeah, I mean, like, shout out Carl.
I'll stick Carl Greaves on there.
Yeah, legend. Boxing. This is going to
ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what we both got.
Muhammad Ali on there.
Putting Ali on there?
So
am I.
That's an influential pick. The influence that he had on sport boxing and the way he brought, I guess, the black community together. You know, he really stood for those people, and the people loved him, didn't they? I mean, there's that sick picture of him talking that guy out of suicide, which I love going back to, and you know, the way that he could talk, it wasn't even trash talk. It was just poetry that he used to speak. It was, and
great way to put it. Yeah,
he's got to be on everyone's list.
Most famous person ever.
Yeah,
he's up there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up there with Cristiano, isn't he? Ronaldo and Messi. I think he's probably even more.
I'm talking Jesus.
I was going to say, do you think?
How big he is.
I think you're looking in the billions for the amount of you can go around billions of people and say, do you know Muhammad Ali? And I'd say, yeah. Facts. I reckon there's 7 billion in the world. I reckon about 6 billion know who he is.
Yeah, I probably won't quite go that far, but I'd say 4, maybe. It's something ridiculous.
This guy.
Yeah, but think about all these like people in like Mongolia who've never seen a TV. Don't know why I've just
is there
the Mongolians.
Is there a billion of them though?
No, but I'm sure they all add up. I don't know.
Interesting.
Amazon rainforest, though. I mean, how many tribes are there?
Yeah.
Do they know about Ali? Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, next. I've also got Ali, so I'll go for my number 2. I've got Floyd.
I've got Floyd as well.
Floyd.
Yeah, I've got Floyd.
Ali's going to be different. We're two 22-year-olds. You know what I mean? You ask a 50-year-old this, it's going to be different. So, yeah, I've got to put Floyd on there. I mean, he was a person who got me into boxing, you know what I mean? He was the first one I remember getting up for my dad when I was, like, really young. It was just, I wanted to be like Floyd. I remember in year 4, I dressed up as Floyd.
Wow.
Going to school, yeah. Just a trackie and change, you know. I just loved him, yeah. It was him or Vince McMahon. Look how that aged.
Oh, that's decent.
Yeah, well, that's not good, is it?
No.
Yeah. I used to always just want to be one of them two. So, yeah. Floyd, I mean, again, in terms of the McGregor influence, Floyd kind of had the same.
100%. Yeah.
He had the words, not quite like McGregor, but also his pay-per-view was ridiculous. Everyone wanted to be in attendance for a Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yeah. And, of course, the defensive work, it's the... you think of the art of boxing, and it's Floyd, isn't it? Hit and don't get hit, and he was the best at it.
Yeah, for sure. It's a perfect way of putting it. Legend of the game. Who you got next?
Next, I've got Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh, good pick.
I'd say arguably the greatest of all time, but we've had the conversation loads of times how it's almost impossible to pick a greatest of all time in boxing.
Yeah.
And we've not obviously seen much of him, have we? But based on the stats that you see. I always go back to how many people he's murdered in there, absolute killer in the ring. And just based on pure boxing, you go to a lot of old heads who have watched boxing from the all the way back to the black and white days, and they say Ray Robinson was different gravy.
Yeah, they say he's the greatest of all time. I think Eddie has him as the greatest of all time. Yeah,
so for me, when you're that good, you're on the Mount Rushmore.
Facts. Number 3, I've got Marvin Hagler.
Nice.
I wanted to put Hagler and Hearns on there, but I had to separate them somehow. But, I mean, that... I think I belong in this age, maybe 5-10 years earlier. Maybe I should be 26, 27 to watch the Attitude Era of wrestling. But that era of boxing is insane. And you're never going to see anything like it. Yeah, I mean, I've got someone else on the list that was also in that era. So I'll wait for them. But Marvin Hagler... I mean, if someone said you can wake up tomorrow and box like someone, it would be Hagler. The sweetest skill, the hardest determination. He had everything, I think. And he really was one of the best, in my opinion. He might even be my GOAT.
Yeah, and anyone who knows me will know that Marvin Hagler's actually probably my favourite fighter. It's Marvin Hagler, Nigel Benn. And of course, AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why he's my number 4.
Wow. AJ on the Mount Rushmore. Explain.
It's just, honestly, all jokes aside, I don't think it's a bad shout, right? He brought British boxing back himself. Did he not?
He did. He's the most famous British boxer ever.
I think so.
Or is that a hot take?
Yeah, I think he's the best. The best British... Fucking hell, hang on. He is
Did I say the best?
most... No, I just said the best. That's no. He is the most influential British boxer ever. And he brought... he brought a nation together and brought the love back to boxing. All the way from the Olympics. Everyone's tuning in to watch the Anthony Joshua final.
Yeah.
Wins the Olympic gold. Comes in as a pro. Eyes on him everywhere. He had that charisma. He could talk it. He'd look... Boy, did he look the part.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely ripped. He taught the part. He was media trained perfectly because obviously,
we're talking. Before
you look at what happens after.
Yeah, that's right.
The gangster AJ comes out, and then I probably put Hagler on my list as well. Yeah. After that, of course, it's sort of a joke, but it's sort of not.
No,
my pick.
But also, he's the guy who got you into it as well.
I know, influential for myself. Again, my Mount Rushmore, the guy who changed it for me. Mayweather for you is the one who got you into boxing. Yeah. AJ was for me as well. Watching him beat Vladimir Klitschko, the changing of the guard, as it seems. And, that picture of the uppercut where Klitschko's head is literally detaching from his body.
Insane.
Absolutely incredible.
I want to go back and watch loads of old AJ, to be fair, tonight. Yeah. You've said it.
And I don't know how true this would be, but where is he on? How many stadiums is sold out
7?
Of all time?
I think he's hit over 1 million sales as well.
Is that the most of all time of selling out stadiums?
Yeah, no one's done that. No one's done that like him. No one's done that.
I'd say that's pretty freaking influential to me.
It is, yeah. So it's a good shot. I think it's far fetched in terms of an objective point.
Yeah.
But when you've justified it, you've changed my mind. You know what I mean? You've made me believe that you should be on there. So I don't hate you for it.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go number 4, Roberto Duran.
Lovely job.
It was him or Sugar Ray Leonard. I had to put one of them in there. Again, the fact that I'm so not clued up, because that will upset a lot of people. The fact that I feel like I know quite a lot is because of how interesting they made it. You know what I mean? I was so interested. The No Mask, but even the first, Roberto Duran legend, people still want him in the corner. You know what I mean? Look at Masvidal, my favourite fighter ever, UFC fighter. People want to watch Duran. He had he had a crazy style. You know what I mean? He was so good. His jab was so nice. And it's a dedication these fighters had that they don't have now. I mean, he was willing to step in 3 times a year. It was the lives. It was a life of boxing they had. And yeah, that's why I've got to put him on the list.
Yeah, and it's 2 good lists, isn't it? It's
it
2
is,
good lists. And
it is.
if you want, we can add for both MMA and boxing some honourable mentions that won't quite make it, but deserve a shout. I'll go for Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I'd go Mike. Mike Tyson was one I wanted to add,
Tyson,
but I just couldn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, do I change one in there? But no,
Jack
not
Dempsey.
for me. Yep, Jack Dempsey's in there.
Sugar Ray Leonard, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I had one in my mind just then. That's why I brought it up, and now I've forgotten. But UFC, who would you have as an honourable mention?
DJ
there?
Anderson Silva, Khabib.
DC?
No, I won't really consider DC in my Mount Rushmore personally.
Can't put John Jones as an honourable mention.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would put John Jones as honourable mention. Again, that's why the UFC is so new. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You could put Fedor. You know what I mean? Mention Fedor on there. But I think Wells did, wasn't she, yesterday?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We appreciate you joining us again. Christmas calendar. We've got another one coming tomorrow. Another one day after that. Another one day after that. We've got 4 episodes you can go and catch, or 3 episodes you can go and catch up on now. So make sure to check them out. Christmas is coming, balls.
I'm excited. Oh, we forgot to say excitement levels out of 10 quickly.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
10.
10 as well.
10 all month.
10 as well.
So far.
Let's go December. Come on, you what?
Right, we'll be back tomorrow. I've been Juve.
Been Bowles.
And we will see you tomorrow.